Hello and welcome to the next installment for Bach's BWV 1000, a fugue. In it we're going to see how Bach uses a cycle of 5 and we're going to see how he develops the ideas a little bit. Let's dive in and check out all of this goodness. Alrighty, welcome to the Italianate section. We left it off here and it's going to be 2, 3, 4, open string, shift, 6th position. 1, 2, reaching out, bass note, 4, 2, stopping bass note, 2nd finger slides down to 5th position C, crush note, reaching out for that A before you're going to come in, and again notice how my hand is already contracting, that E there at 7, so that is the first little micro study to this opening section. Let's see what Bach does with it. Welcome to the next micro study. We left it off here at 7 with an E. I am going to be using an open 3-2, 3-2 for the D sharp F and for the open B. But it is possible for you to do this as a bar chord. I just don't like the fact that that gets cut off. So open, 3-2, 3-2. Watch how I start to separate the voices out. 4-2, A with the C sharp, hinge bar 5, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4. Look at my first finger ready for a bar 5. Because I know that the next bass note's coming in, D minor. And then from this point, it is nice, fairly simple chord shapes that you're just playing around. So I'm going to keep going. 3, 4, open again, first finger, and again contracting because my second voice comes down on the 3rd string. So again, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, and then I would suggest open string here. But you could do to keep it on the 2nd string. The main thing is just to be able to see the chord shapes. I mean, obviously here I've cycle of 5. Bach is taking us on a little bit of a journey. He's extending the information and using Italianate 16th running notes to do it. Alrighty, let's see where he goes with this next. Welcome to the next micro study. So we left it off here, the C, open E, 2, 3, coming down on your 3rd string, G sharp A, 1. Now I stretch it out and I come back onto the 4th string for this G, so that I can separate those voices out, but you could use an open G. Anyway, 4, 4, 1, 2. Open string, 3, 4, thirds. Diminished. Now I cross string here. 1, 3, open to get into that A sort of minor chord because I know I need to be up at the 5th position. So in order to facilitate that change, again, notice I'm stopping and controlling my basses there. A little thumb tap on the back to stop my low E. From this point, we get 1, 3, open, F. Now, again, if you want to be pedantic, you could do that. I haven't because it gets lost in the texture there, so I'm not overly concerned. F, bar 5, 1, 1. 3rd finger on a D, 2nd finger getting ready to go into that E chord there. So lovely little shift, everything contained within the bar chord position. Best advice I can give you for this section is to practice all of those bars separately and then put them together. 1 bar, 1 bar, 1 bar, 1 bar, 2 bars, 2 bars, and then 2 and 1. 1 and 2, and then literally all together. That is, chunk it all up and then put the chunks together to build from little to big. Shaka-boom. Alrighty, so I left it off here at the E chord. You're going to move back up into 5th position. Outer notes first, 1 and 4, then the inner voice comes in. And then look, I already know what's coming ahead, so I thought about this. 4 is a pivot to get into that D, F, and then yes, it would be ideal to do, but realistically it's just not possible. So just do the chord, half bar, 1 through 4, and then second finger down, pre-prepare, 3, 1, nice and simple, 2, 2, 1 and 3, half bar 2, and then I suggest 2 and 3 for this next bit there. And I'm actually going to pause mid-break because that's already quite a bit. So again, nice and slowly, voice enters. Lovely, lovely sectional playing. Get the chords under your fingers. Nothing really difficult there, apart from possibly maybe that there, that flat 7. Okay, I split it halfway through the bar. I left it off here. We're now coming up to a cadence. I'm using an open G and then switching to G at the 5th fret. Open E. 2. Third finger is prepping on a D. 2, 1, 1 is then going to pivot. 3 on the B flat. So I'm going to do that a little bit faster this time. Hopefully you heard that separate voices. Leaving the A on. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Standard chord shape there. 2, 3, open, G sharp. And I suggest you use a 2 there because in the next entry we're going to go up to 3. So again, that's an entire little chunk to practice. The next video in the series is going to pop up and we're going to see what Bach does, where he re-enters again an octave higher for another set of fugal entries, which is lovely and unexpected for this. If you like this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is your daily dose of 6-string inspiration from Classical Guitar Rocks.